Guys, this is Distant. I'm doing something a little different here. I'm casting a game on behalf of a friend who has asked me for advice on his build, and that is going to be Stuart98 here in the red, playing as Guardians. He's going to be in the bottom right here. His opponent in the top left is Berimbolo. Both of these players are going to be playing in the tournament in a couple hours, so Stuart has asked me, what did I do wrong versus Berimbolo? And so I'm going to answer that question. To be fair, I think I'm also going to answer I'm also going to try to see if Berimbolo has anything he could improve on. Pardon. Okay. So, does look like Stuart is a little delayed here. Berimbolo has reached his motor pool. He's basically a structure ahead of Stuart. I mean, something like that this early could actually be really, really critical. Okay, Berimbolo starting his second ref. Stuart just finishing his motor pool. Yeah, so it looks like Berimbolo's around 15 seconds ahead-ish almost. More like 12 seconds ahead maybe. Already in structure production. And because you can't catch up, since there's the only way to catch up in 8-bit to a structure lead is to kill enemy structures or wait for them to make a mistake. And now after the second ref, there's no immediate power on Stuart's side. Berimbolo is already halfway done there. I feel like Berimbolo also didn't have an immediate power either. I think he was trying to get vision on the cliff because he lost a bit of his lead versus Stuart. I think one thing on this map that I like to do is that if I think I'm going to expand here, I like to move two of my first grenade in fit here. Stuart, I don't know if he's scouted, but if he knows he's versus a renegade, I don't think this many combat engineers is necessary. I'd go for like one combat engineer first because I'm not sure what race they are. Maybe they're Cranioids, and then after that, knowing they're not Cranioids or Marines, I start spamming mostly grenade inf with the occasional combat engineer. Like I generally do 5 and 2 or like 3 and 1 or something like that. Sometimes 5 and 1. And then I like to move 2 or 3 grenade infantry up to here and split them up so I can expand up this route, because it is a relatively safe route compared to over here. Although this is expanding straight this way is also fine, especially if you're playing aggressive. Like Berimbolo has a pretty decent army size. He is going for tech. And versus a Guardians player, assuming he knows, because I didn't really pay attention to if they scouted each other, but assuming he knows his opponent is Guardians, okay, yeah, look at this structure lead. Stuart just building the tech lab, so 2 total motor pools. We have 2 total motor pools for Berimbolo, but he's also almost done with his ref. Stuart is just starting his ref. Looks like Stuart is looking to do some aggro. This may be the worst time to push against Berimbolo, actually, because, oh, Berimbolo going into low power with this ref. Looks like Stuart, is he gonna, yeah, this is also gonna knock him into low power. Both of them making the same mistake, actually. Interesting. Going a little, I believe that was 25, yeah, 25 over the limit, both of them. Yeah, generally what I'd do is I wouldn't build that second motor pool if I wanted to build if I really wanted the ref before the, oh, ouch. Charging rocket cars into rocket infantry, not a good trade. Although the good thing is Stuart managed to back out, only really lost 1 unit. But generally I'd go like I'd generally build the second power before the third ref. Unless I was playing really aggressive and I didn't even have a tech lab and I was going for straight production. On the other hand, Berimbolo, logically, he could have expanded straight into the center as an R versus a Guardians. He could very easily just do some tank spam on a map like this, because it's a very large map, but if you look at it, the rush distances aren't actually that long, especially since there's only like one main path you can take. Oh, this is nice. Stuart is coming in from the side, but his army is not entirely united here, and so okay, and it's not going to get intercepted. If Berimbolo had pushed out a little earlier, he might have intercepted part of Stuart's army. That would have been very bad for Stuart. On the other hand, Stuart's going to be fine. He does have Scorch tanks in here, which can, he could easily snipe this HQ, actually, with a few Scorch tanks with a little bit of backup. Having a couple extra Scorch tanks would be nice. It looks like he is waiting for some more Scorch tanks to arrive, actually. It looks like he's sending them in groups of 2. Or no, he just, never mind. Yeah, but it looks like he's going for the HQ, and it's undefended. Berimbolo, though, he did reveal himself a little early with the rocket cars. Berimbolo is going to move in here. He's going to move in from the flank. These armored cars are going to hit the combat engineers. There's no grenade infantry. That's interesting. Grenade infantry are actually really useful. That's one problem I'd say Stuart had. Okay. But yeah, that's the HQ down. Rocket choppers found, so Stuart now knows his opponent is on radar tech. He is on radar tech himself. He is building heavy drones. Yeah, his army is going to get intercepted here. Vastly superior numerical size for Berimbolo. But Stuart did manage to almost taking down the ref, but not quite. He did manage to take out the HQ, but besides that, he didn't take out anything else. So it's gonna hurt Berimbolo, but considering the fact that Stuart has lost his whole army, if Berimbolo thinks that was Stuart's whole army, he'll probably counter push and do some more damage, do damage worse than what Stuart inflicted on Berimbolo. On the other hand, there's a decent chance that Berimbolo might think that was a small detachment of Stuart's army. Although looking at the army composition, it would be kind of illogical for that to only be a detachment, because normally if you wanted to do a snipe like that, you'd send in like you'd normally send in all Scorch tanks or all Spectres. You wouldn't send one APC, a bunch of combat engineers. The combat engineers, I think, are the biggest giveaway that was all of Stuart's army. I mean, on the other hand, there were no grenadiers, so he might be like, grenade infantry. He might be like, were the grenade infantry somewhere else? Actually, okay. 2 Scorch tanks and a combat engineer coming to finish this job. But the thing is, all Berimbolo has to do is he has to queue units from this motor pool, and then he can defend this. On the other hand, this is about to run out anyway, so it's not too big of a deal for him. Looks like he's going to come in from the side now. Stuart does not have intel, just like how Berimbolo did not have intel over here. And Stuart not taking advantage of sniper placements or patrol light drones. And he is going to he's going to lose the power plant too. He's definitely going to lose, I think, the power plant, the HQ, and the ref. Stuart is pushing. Oh gosh, this is the worst possible positioning he could be in, actually. Oh no. Okay, yeah. This is yeah. Now he sees this. He's moving back, but he's a little late, not moving his snipers back. Okay, yeah, he's gonna lose the HQ. And he's low power. Oh no, that's because he lost the power plant. Yeah, so he's gonna be low power and he's gonna be without the HQ. So first he's gonna have to rebuild the HQ, then he's gonna have to rebuild the power, and until then he's gonna be in low power. That's gonna take forever. Yeah, he's going to try to get into this engagement here. Scorch tanks are struggling to stay in range. They should be trying to hard focus the infantry. He might lose the barracks. If he loses the barracks, it's going to prevent him from building new motor pools until he rebuilds that. So he's going to have to build he's going to have to rebuild the HQ, then the power, then the barracks, then restart more motor pool production. And he's gonna lose the motor pool. Might lose the radar. No, he's not gonna. He's probably not. Oh no, actually, he could lose. He's not. Oh, what? Yeah, his HQ is up again. He is out of low power mode. Although that's probably because he lost a bunch of building. He is gonna lose the radar. He should have sent some of his forces back to defend from here, and he's gonna lose tech. That was really. Okay, Berimbolo has basically hit him in the hardest way possible. He's taken out. Okay, there was a second barracks with Stuart, actually, so he could continue making motor pools. But yeah, he's out of radar tech now, so he's going to be... Ouch. That's going to hurt a lot. That definitely hurt more than whatever Stuart managed to do to Berimbolo. On the other hand, Stuart at least didn't lose much of his army. Like, theoretically... Oh, no, that is a lot of rocket choppers now. And also, it looks like a lot of heavy drones were lost because the heavy drones arrived on the scene first, I think. So there's not many heavy drones on the field. Stuart should be producing light drones while he lacks radar tech. If he had a couple light drones, that would be really good versus the stacked heavy drones. But the heavy drones being sniped from outer range, not responding really. Stuart late response. He is going to lose this HQ again and lose this. He is also in low power again. No, he isn't. Okay, now he's out of low power after losing. He needs to watch his energy counts. Berimbolo moving in with tons and tons of rocket choppers and basically nothing else. But I think this is enough because, yeah, then again, the snipers are strong. The snipers are decent versus the heavy drones, but the heavy drones can basically just ignore them. Actually, tanks. There's a couple tanks just running over the Snipers just... Okay, yeah. Neutralizing that threat. Yeah, and this is definitely the end of the game for Stu. Actually, the end of the game probably came when he lost that series of critical buildings. If he had defended that, if he had kept intel, and actually if Berimbolo had kept intel over here, he could have prevented the loss of his own HQ. This is definitely a map as Guardians where I like to play snipers, like in a couple choke points. Snipers are really useful because, especially because they're cloaked. Unless they send infantry, they won't even know they've been spotted. So let's say they send a group of Scorch tanks or a group of Spectres, or a group of rocket choppers. I'll have spotted them and they won't know. Of course, the rocket choppers might bypass pretty much all the choke points. Although usually, let's say your base is here, usually a sniper around here will maybe catch a glimpse of them, depending on how they fly. On the other hand, also patrol light drones are good for Guardians too. On the other hand, Renegades, early game machine gun infantry on these corners, I mean, they'll kill grenade infantry if Guardians tries the same thing. They'll easily kill the grenade infantry. And the Guardians will have to wait until they can get snipers to compete for that. And snipers are a little more expensive than machine gun infantry. And then another thing Renegades could do is, for intel, I guess they could put, like, if they build the air before radar, which is a little rare, I guess, for Renegades, you'll have like 2 or so machine gun choppers, which are sort of useless normally. Their attacks are useless and they're squishy, but the thing is they are fast, so you could use them like light drones, and you could find like 2 or 3 critical points and patrol them there. I think that's like the only use for machine gun choppers actually, but theoretically you could do that with them. But yeah, intel, both players definitely need to work on keeping intel. Berimbolo, though, building wise, was doing a lot better than Stuart, although he did choke a bit, I think, trying to get vision to build this power plant. I think personally, if you're building buildings and you don't have the energy to go the place you want to go, and you're that early in the game, usually I just build it in the front over here instead, because it's not worth waiting for your cliff jump. It's not worth waiting for the vision. I mean, if you want to do this, you have to get your infantry up the cliff as fast as possible before you need to start your power plant production. Okay, yeah, so that was a decent game. Also doubling as feedback for both players. I'll see if I can tag Berimbolo. I don't have his contact details, so that's unfortunate.